Hello and welcome to the Cesspool, and welcome back to the 25 Days of Christmas. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. I do hope that is a good one. And we're back on the floor, I promise, for the final time in a row. We're looking at something just a little weird, real quick. I promise, this one's quick. And this is just something that's honestly just quite an oddity from the era of the DS and the Wii. Really when the internet was truly taking off and entering the public's, conscious as something that you could have anywhere. And Nintendo thought that, well, if you could have it anywhere, on anything, because now we're getting to smartphones too, we have laptops, everything's, mobile, let's put it on the DS. Now, how are we gonna do that? Because the DS and the DS Lite, there's no internet connection. There's no Wi-Fi. No, this thing had no programming to do anything like that. So what do? Well, that's quite simple. We release a game that has browser software for the DS. This is the official Nintendo published and developed Nintendo DS browser. Now, this is the DS Lite specific version of the DS browser. Now, you might be wondering, why is there a specific DS Lite version? I will get into that in a moment. But there was a specific version for the DS Lite, and then there was also a version for the DS, the original, which also worked on the DS Lite. Again, I will speak about why that's the case in a moment. And I don't remember exactly which one was which, but one of these were specifically only available on Nintendo's online shop, while the other one was available at retailers. And the weird thing is, I don't know if this is true, but I think that the DS Lite exclusive one was available at retailers, but the original DS that's compatible with the DS Lite as well, was only on Nintendo's online store, which is really kind of fascinating, but also kind of shows how little faith Nintendo had that the original DS sold enough to warrant this existing, that they wouldn't even bother shipping it to retailers. So that's got to tell you something about, Nintendo's faith in the original DS design, especially after this guy really took off. So why are there two different versions of this? Well, I will tell you why. Because of this guy. So this plugs into the Game Boy Advance slot, and basically it is extra RAM for the DS, because the DS did not have enough RAM to run Google, which is honestly just fascinating to me that this guy could not, in theory, run AOL Mail. That's just sad. But, we got a RAM upgrade to the DS through this thing. And, the reason that they're specific is that this guy is specifically designed, if it would focus, this guy was specifically, fit for the DS Lite so that it would fit perfectly snug. Now, why did they care enough to do this and, make two specific versions? I have absolutely no idea. But they thought that of all the little packs to add to this, that this one had to fit snug. And we had to make two versions of it. We had to manufacture two different designs of this, make our own design of this little cartridge RAM thing for the DS Lite. And nope, can't work on the original DS because we added this little thing, even though it's the exact same thing. It's the same hardware in this that's in the original. Why did you make this? It's so stupid. Anyway, obviously we need software too, and that comes in the Nintendo DS browser game pack. It's not a game. And then we got this meaty booklet of how to actually do this. And I have done my research, and you need a specific Wi-Fi connection to actually get this to work. And it is a Wi-Fi connection that just really, that type of network does not exist anymore. Modern Wi-Fi networks with passwords, you can't use this with them because this was just designed before that was a thing. So it will tell you how to do this. Features in the Nintendo DS browser. Tell you pretty much everything about it, how it works, which is really interesting. There was a lot to this. It truly was a little browser for games and, you know, the internet. You know, here are some websites. Truly was ahead of its time, honestly, considering, you know, this hardware was not state of the art when it came out. So to get, you know, the internet to run on it is honestly kind of impressive. It's a little sad that you need extra RAM to do it, but I digress. It's still kind of cool. So I'm going to go as far as the no internet will allow me, and we'll throw this guy in the DS, and we will attach the expansion memory pack in this bad boy. And now it looks complete. Beautiful. Wonderful. Throw that to the side because we don't need that anymore. We're browsing the internet, baby. And then you see our mic in the... Oh. The one thing I've always kind of wondered that I never really tested was how this would work on the DSi. Because obviously the DSi had its own browser. So why would you actually plug this in? But what I'm curious about is if it would have the RAM to run it without the RAM stick, or if this needs the RAM stick in order to work at all. This was actually an Opera browser, which is just really weird that Nintendo would partner with Opera. I guess they couldn't get like a search engine like Google or, you know, Firefox or Yahoo. Again, this is 2005 or 6 when this software technically released. But Nintendo DS browser uses wireless LAN and enables browsing websites over the internet. 2006 Opera, yeah. So, this is basically it. You can search the internet, and it brings up a full-size keyboard. You can type on it, yada, yada, yada. We're not going to do that, though. It starred links. I believe that you could add more start links, but, you know, obviously it's going to give you Nintendo of America. You know, you can set up URLs, you can get starred, search. There's all these little, you know, functions. It's very, very fascinating stuff, honestly. You've got a back button, you've got a search function. You can zoom because everybody's hands are way, way bigger than this. Obviously, back, refresh. You can put in a URL specifically. Gives you help on how to do that. It's just, pardon me. Let's see if we can get to Nintendo of America. Connecting to network, and this is where we're going to struggle. But we're going to see how it's not going to work yet. No compatible access point in range. Check your connection. So if you really want to, you could, you know, we could go to setup here. To the Wi-Fi settings. Connection 1, ready. And, you know, this is not a real connection anymore. But, yeah, unfortunately, this stuff just doesn't really exist. It doesn't work. You could use a USB connector. I don't know if this would even work. That would be something to test. I'm not really sure. You would need to go, yeah, you would have to go through a PC and do it. I think that might actually work, but I don't know. But that's basically the UI of how this would function, going back to the home screen of the browser. Yeah, it's not going to work. We know. That's pretty much it. It's just a weird little thing. It really, really is. It's an odd piece of software. Very obscure, and it's really not something that you see every day, simply because it's just so weird. And has literally no purpose today. It doesn't even work anymore. But it's just... seeing the little RAM stick and this UI is just so... It's a treat. It's very fascinating. And that's all that I have to say about this. I'd like to thank everybody so much for watching. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. I do hope that is a good one. And if you're watching these in order, I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully not on this carpet. But if you are not watching these in order, I don't know when the next video will be. And I don't know if we'll be staring at this carpet again. But I will see you guys then.